I'm going to be showing you how to do the magic doc exercise in the Photoshop app. To start off, we're going to create a new file by hitting this new file button, and then we're going to go over to this film and video tab and select this first option, which is HDTV 1080p. We're going to leave the rest the same and hit create. Your screen should now look like this. We're going to want to reopen that panel that I just closed. If it's not on your screen, you're going to go to Window, and then hit Timeline, and this timeline frame will pop up at the bottom of your screen. The next thing we're going to want to do is create one layer, and then we're going to hit Create Video Timeline. If you don't see Video Timeline, click this drop down and you should see it, and then we're just going to hit it again, and it'll create this video timeline. So here, the next thing we're going to do is click this hamburger menu at the very end at the right of the timeline video frame. And we're going to make sure this Enable Timeline Shortcut Keys has a check next to it. If it doesn't have a check next to it, simply hit it again. The next thing we're going to do is set timeline frame rate, and we want to make it 24 and then hit OK. The next thing we want to do is shorten the length of this first layer. So I'm going to drag it in to be about as short as I can, and now we are going to duplicate it. To duplicate it, make sure it's selected in this layers panel over here, and then do Command or Control C, and then Command or Control V, and it'll duplicate the layer at the exact same length. So we're going to do that again, Control C, Control V, and we are going to keep duplicating layers until we have 36. So you can simply continue to hit Control or Command V over and over and over until you see the number 36 appear over here in the layers panel. So we have 36 layers, and in this timeline panel you should also see 36 layers. The next thing we're going to do is select all the layers in this timeline panel. So make sure the first layer is selected, scroll down to the bottom where you can see layer 1, hold shift and click this first layer. That should select all of the layers. And then we're going to want to click on this little video timeline icon, this little arrow to the right of it, and we're going to hit New Video Group from Clips. And as you can see, it combined all of them into one convenient layer, so instead of having to scroll up and down, I can simply scroll left and right. So now we're going to draw our actual dot. Go ahead and start by opening up / expanding this Video Group 1 layer and scrolling down and selecting Layer 1. Make sure your brush tool is selected. You can simply hit B or select it over here in the Tools panel. Remember that we can change the size of our brush up here, and that we can change the color over here. I'm simply going to stick with black, but you can use whatever color you want. And again, we're going to make sure that Layer 1 is selected. And we're going to start by simply placing a dot wherever we want it to start on the page. I'm going to start in the center. Now we're going to select Layer 2 in the Layer 2 panel, and then we're going to slide this red scroller over towards Layer 2. And then we're going to hit make another dot. Now something we want to do is set up onion skin so that we can see what is happening before and after. So go ahead and click this hamburger menu again in your timeline panel and hit this onion skin settings. We're going to change it to 8 frames before and 8 frames after and hit OK. So you see this dot that's kind of lighter than the other one? That's the dot here on frame 1. And the darker one is the one we just drew. So now I'm going to go to selecting layer 3 and make sure that the cursor is over this white selected layer 3, and I'm going to draw another dot. And you are simply going to keep sliding the cursor and selecting a new layer. So I'm selecting layer 5, I'm sliding my cursor to layer 5, and I am choosing where I want the dot to go. I'm selecting layer 6, sliding my cursor to layer 6, and drawing a new dot. Right now I'm kind of having it go in a spiral direction. So now I'm going to select layer 8, slide to layer 8, and keep my dot moving. As you can see, with the onion skin, we can see the previous path. So it's coming from starting here and it's going all the way to here. So now I'm on layer 10, so I'm going to make my scroll, and I want it to go up now. So you're going to, again, keep simply repeating, selecting a new layer, and then scrolling to the new frame. Let's say you wanted to introduce a change in size. Now we could slowly start making our dot size a bit bigger. again, reminder that I am selecting the new frame after I draw a dot, sliding it to a new frame, and then drawing my new dot. I'm selecting a new layer, sliding to that frame, and drawing a new dot. Selecting a new layer, sliding to that frame, drawing a dot, and you are simply going to repeat this, moving the dot anywhere you want around the page until you get to layer 36, which may take me a second. Okay, so I'm almost to layer 36. And remember to select a new layer, slide this red cursor to the white selected one, draw your dot, and repeat. Okay, I've officially put dots in all of my layers. If you want to preview your animation, you can slide this cursor back to the front and hit play. So this is what my magic dot animation currently looks like. If you would like to change the size of one of your frames, you can drag it out or in. So when you've completed all of your frames and you're ready to export, you're going to go to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy, and you're going to click it. It should pop up a new window when it's done loading that looks like this, and you're going to want to make sure that this says GIF 64 Ditter, and then you're going to hit Save. It'll pop up this new window where we're going to delete the untitled and name it first name underscore last name underscore magic dot. Make sure to use your first name and last name. Then you're going to choose where you want to save it. I'm saving it to my downloads, and then simply hit save. Once it's done loading, it should be wherever you chose to save it. So here we can see it in my downloads. Follow your teacher's instructions on how to upload this to the platform.